This is Christmas with Holly.
Yes, it is.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's a Hallmark Hall of Fame film. It's probably like the 260-something film they've made over a period of 65 years. They traditionally air around holiday time. This one is a Christmas movie, and the title, hence the title. It's a story of a family. We're using this area to stand in for the Pacific Northwest. Most of this movie takes place on a little town called Friday Harbor, which is in one of the offshore islands. And it's a family that's lived on that island for a long time. The eldest sister had moved away and had a child. And she was, this is backstory, we never see this happen, but she was killed in a car accident. And in her will, her younger brother was given charge of the child. Okay. He's a young guy, a bachelor, and had agreed to do this, never thinking it would ever happen. So all of a sudden, he's got a little 6-year-old girl who has traumatic mutism. She can't talk based on the trauma of her mother's death. So he's got this little kid, and he brings her to the island. And his house is rented out because he had gone to Seattle to take care of the kid and then decided to come back, so winds up moving in with his brother. And his other brother happens to be living there in a large house, seaside house. And they have to come to terms with, their own personal relationships, and with a little girl who comes out of this. In his time at the island, he meets a woman, played by Eloise Mumford, who is opening a toy store. And the little girl is attracted by the toy store and goes in, and in the process regains her speech, and our hero and heroine form a relationship and probably will live happily ever after.
All right.
So that's the basis of the story.
Of it, okay.
It's a lot more complicated than that. It's funny. It's humorous, it's sweet, it'll make you cry, it'll do all that kind of stuff.
All that good Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
And so this movie is going to air, you said, on ABC?
On ABC.
And late November, early December.
Yeah, it'll be a Sunday night at 9 o'clock, at least in the U.S. I'm not sure, but you get ABC.
Yeah, we get
here.
ABC here. Yeah.
So it'll be 9 o'clock on a Sunday night.
Being the producer, what exactly do you look for? Like, what exactly is your role being here?
Well, my role is
being producer.
Yeah, I didn't develop this project. I'm hired by Hallmark to do it. They developed this in-house. Executive producer Brent Shields called me and said, "Andy, will you produce this for us?" And we decided to try to find out where we're going to shoot it. We've had very good luck shooting here before, and we also looked at the Seattle area.
Oh yes,
and determined that this worked better for us on a lot of different levels. So here we are.
Right. So during the filming process, is there anything that you, any input that you have, or any sort of?
Well, we choose all the locations. We cast. I budget the show. We hire the crew. My job during prep that's my hell time.
Oh yes.
And during the shoot, I'm here to kind of make sure everything keeps running smoothly. And I sit, with the director. We talk about things, but he works with the actors directly and lines up shot. But I'm here to put out brush fires and to anticipate things, to work ahead and, keep it rolling. So far, so good. We're right on schedule. Yeah.
How's the industry for Nova Scotia? Is it still continuing and, being a good spot for movies like this? And
it is. It's extremely busy here now.
Good.
It was when we first got here, and it's going to continue. I understand there are a couple of series coming in for the winter, which is usually your slow time.
That's good.
So, that presents problems for me because of crew issues, but we've put together an excellent crew. Margaret Harrison's our production manager. She lives here. She did a great job putting a crew together. And the vast majority of the show are Nova Scotians, with very few people from outside of province.
Good.
And really only my cameraman is the only crew person who came from the U.S.
Right.
We've cast locally here successfully. We have a few people out of Toronto and about 5 people out of the U.S. The rest are all local Nova Scotian actors. So I think the incentive program, which is what brings us here, is working well because over the time you've had it, you've developed a real strong film community. So we literally can crew here, we can cast here, we can do everything. So all that all those tax dollars go right back into the coffer,
That's right, yeah.
and we spend a lot of money, and
Good.
people spend it locally. So I think it really works here.
Good,
I
good.
can't say that about some other places.